She broke your heart, walked away like you meant nothing, and left you questioning everything. Maybe she ghosted you, replaced you, or acted like you were just another option. And yet, here she is, back again, trying to rekindle what she once destroyed. But why? What makes a woman return after she's hurt you? And more importantly, how should you react? If you don't handle this situation correctly, you'll fall right back into the same trap. But if you play it right, you'll turn the tables completely. Let's break this down. It doesn't make sense at first. If she had feelings for you, why would she walk away? Why would she choose to hurt you, push you aside, or act like she doesn't care? The truth is, women don't always leave because they've lost all attraction or interest. Sometimes they leave because of an emotional conflict inside them, something that makes them feel like they need to step away, even when they don't fully want to. One of the biggest reasons women leave is emotional overwhelm. Unlike men, who can compartmentalize their emotions, women experience feelings in waves. If a relationship starts to feel too intense, if she's unsure about her emotions, or if she's feeling conflicted about where things are going, her first instinct may be to pull away. This doesn't always mean she's done with you. It just means she's struggling to process her emotions, and distancing herself feels like the easiest way to regain control. Then there's the illusion of better options. Women today are constantly surrounded by external influences, social media, attention from other men, and the belief that something better might be waiting for them. If a woman starts thinking she can do better or that she's missing out by staying with you, she might leave, not because she's completely lost feelings, but because she's chasing the illusion of something more exciting. Another major factor is the power shift in the relationship. If, at any point, she felt like she had complete control, meaning she felt like she could have you no matter what, she might start to lose respect for you. The moment a woman feels like she has too much power over a man, her attraction starts to fade. Women crave a challenge. They want a man they admire, respect, and feel lucky to have. If you became too predictable, too available, or too dependent on her validation, she may have subconsciously started to lose interest, even if she still cared about you on some level. But here's where it gets interesting. Many times, when a woman leaves, it's not because she's certain she wants to be without you, it's because she wants to see what happens. She wants to see how you'll react. Will you chase her? Will you beg for her back? Will you act like you can't live without her? If you do, it only confirms her decision to leave. But if you do the opposite, if you remain calm, indifferent, and unaffected, it starts messing with her mind. She starts wondering if she made a mistake. Women don't always leave because they stop feeling something. They leave to create emotional contrast, to test how much they actually want you, and that's exactly why so many of them come back later. But what exactly triggers that return? What happens in her mind that makes her suddenly rethink her decision? That's what we'll break down next. At first, she felt confident in her decision to leave. Maybe she even convinced herself that she didn't need you anymore. But something happens over time, something she didn't expect. The very same reasons she left begin to work against her, and suddenly, she starts feeling drawn back to you. One of the strongest triggers that makes a woman come back is the fear of losing you for good. When she left, she assumed you'd still be there. She thought that if she ever changed her mind, she could come back whenever she wanted, and you'd welcome her with open arms. But then reality hits her. She starts noticing that you're not chasing her. You're not begging, and you're not sitting around waiting. This creates panic in her mind because it shatters her sense of control. The moment a woman feels like she's lost her power over you, she starts wanting it back. Then there's the effect of nostalgia. Time has a strange way of making people forget the bad and remember the good. When she first left, she focused on everything that was wrong, the conflicts, the boredom, the doubts. But as time passes, her mind starts replaying the best moments. She remembers the way you made her feel, the fun times, the emotional highs, and since you're not around anymore, she starts to feel the emotional contrast. She realizes that life without you isn't as fulfilling as she imagined. Another huge trigger is comparison. The reality is, women often leave because they believe they can find someone better, but here's the truth. Most of the time, they don't. They might get attention from other men, they might go on dates, but they quickly realize something is missing. Maybe those new guys don't treat her the same way, or they don't challenge her emotionally. Maybe they lack the depth, the energy, or the chemistry she had with you. And the more she compares, the more she starts missing what she lost. But the most powerful trigger of all, your silence. If you completely disappear from her world, no texts, no checking in, no emotional reactions, this creates mystery. And mystery is one of the most psychologically powerful forces when it comes to attraction. When a woman can't figure you out, she becomes obsessed. She starts wondering, why hasn't he reached out? Has he moved on? Does he even care? And the more unanswered questions she has, the more she wants to find out. At some point, all these triggers combine, and she feels a deep emotional pull to come back. But this is where most men fail. They see her return as a sign that everything is back to normal, and they make the same mistakes that pushed her away in the first place. If you want to truly regain control, you need to know exactly what not to do when she comes back. The moment she comes back, most men make the same critical mistakes that instantly shift the power back into her hands. They think her return means she's ready to be with them again, that she's realized her mistake, and that everything will go back to how it was. But that's not how it works. If you don't handle this correctly, she'll leave again, this time with even more certainty. The biggest mistake men make is forgiving too easily. The second she reaches out, they respond immediately, acting as if nothing happened. They shower her with attention, validation, and warmth, thinking that this will lock her in. But this only confirms what she already assumed. You were waiting the entire time. It tells her that she can walk away, ignore you, disrespect you, and you'll still be there, eager to take her back the moment she changes her mind. The result? She loses respect for you. She may stick around for a while, but only to reassure herself that she still has control. Once she gets that validation, she pulls away again. Then, there's the mistake of giving her all the answers. A woman comes back because she's uncertain. She wants to know where you stand, if you moved on, if you still want her. But weak men immediately lay everything out. They tell her how much they missed her, how hard it's been without her, how they never stopped thinking about her. They make it clear that she can have them back anytime she wants. And the moment she has those answers, the mystery is gone. The emotional pull that made her come back disappears, and so does she. Another way men sabotage themselves is by seeking explanations and closure. They demand to know why she left, what she was thinking, if she was seeing someone else. They try to dissect her reasons and force her to justify her return. But this only makes her defensive and pushes her away. The truth is, her reasons don't matter. She may not even fully understand them herself. What matters is how you react in the present moment. If you seem too emotional, too eager for closure, she sees it as weakness. A critical mistake that destroys attraction instantly is showing insecurity. Some men try to punish her for leaving by acting cold and distant, but they do it in an obvious, reactive way, ignoring her messages for too long, acting passive-aggressive, or trying to make her jealous. This comes from a place of insecurity, and women sense it instantly. Real strength doesn't come from acting like you don't care. It comes from genuinely knowing your worth and being unfazed by her presence. If you want to handle her return the right way, you have to do what most men fail to do. You must remain in control. You need to make her feel that getting back into your life isn't as easy as she expected. That's what we're going to break down next. When a woman comes back after hurting you, your reaction determines everything. If you handle it correctly, you regain power, maintain respect, and possibly rebuild attraction. If you handle it poorly, she'll either leave again or stay only to use you for her emotional convenience. So, what's the right way to respond? First, don't rush to engage. The moment she reaches out, you'll feel an urge to respond instantly, to let her know you're still there, but that's exactly what weak men do. Instead, take your time. Not as a childish game, not as a way to punish her, but as a natural reflection of your new mindset. She walked away, and in her absence, you've built a life that doesn't revolve around her. Let that reality be felt. A delayed response, not forced, just natural, signals that you are not waiting around. When you do reply, keep your emotions in check. No anger, no excitement, no eagerness, just neutral confidence. She expects some level of emotion, either hostility or warmth. But when she's met with calm indifference, it unsettles her. It makes her wonder if she still has a place in your world, and that's exactly what you want. Your response should be polite but distant. No in-depth conversations, no reminiscing, no validation of her decision to return. You're simply acknowledging her presence, not rolling out a red carpet. Next, shift the dynamic. When a woman leaves and comes back, she assumes she's in control. She thinks you'll be relieved, grateful, or at least eager to prove yourself again. But you must do the opposite. Rather than trying to convince her that you're worth it, flip the script. Make her feel that she has to prove something to you. How? By subtly questioning her return. Instead of acting as if everything is normal, you can say something like, "Wasn't expecting to hear from you. What's on your mind?" This puts her in the position of explaining herself, rather than you chasing her for answers. Then, there's the power of maintaining your independence. If she assumes she can slide back into your life with ease, she won't value you. Women respect men who have options, who move forward, who don't dwell on the past. So when she returns, make sure your life is visibly full. New goals, new habits, maybe even new people. If she asks what you've been up to, don't make it about her absence. Just mention things that subtly show growth. This makes her realize she didn't pause your world when she left. You kept going, and now she has to work to re-enter your life. Finally, set boundaries. Just because she's back doesn't mean she gets to resume where she left off. If she hurt you, she should feel that regaining trust isn't automatic. The key here is not to be cold, but to be firm. If she tries to manipulate, test your patience, or keep things vague, don't tolerate it. You can say something like, "I'm not really interested in repeating the past. If you're back, I'd rather know what you're actually looking for." This puts her in a position where she has to be clear about her intentions. Most men react emotionally when a woman returns. They either become too eager or too bitter. Both reactions show weakness. The right way to handle her return is to remain composed, maintain your value, and let her see that she has something to prove to you. Now that you've maintained your composure, reestablished your value, and put her in a position where she has to prove herself, the question remains, should you actually take her back? This is where most men fail. They assume that because she returned, everything is back to normal. But nothing has been solved yet. The fact that she came back doesn't mean she respects you, desires you, or even regrets what she did. Sometimes, a woman returns simply because she feels lonely, her rebound didn't work out, or she just wants to check if you're still an option. That's why your decision needs to be based on logic, not emotion. First, analyze why she left in the first place. If she walked away because she got bored, wanted excitement, or thought she could do better, you need to be cautious. A woman who leaves for those reasons will likely do it again when the thrill fades, but if she left due to immaturity, fear of commitment, or external pressure, and she's clearly grown from it, then there might be a foundation to rebuild. Next, observe her actions, not just her words. A woman will always say what you want to hear when she wants back in. She'll tell you she missed you, that she realized her mistake, that she values you more than ever. But words mean nothing without proof. Watch what she does. Is she putting in real effort, or is she expecting things to go back to how they were? Is she consistent, or does she disappear when she gets comfortable again? The way she behaves over time will tell you everything. Then, consider how you feel around her. The biggest mistake men make is taking back a woman just because they miss her, even when they no longer feel peace around her. If she brings stress, insecurity, or a constant fear that she'll leave again, it's not worth it. A woman who genuinely values you will bring stability, not emotional chaos. Now, let's talk about the power of walking away for good. Sometimes, the strongest move you can make is to let her return, only to reject her. This isn't about revenge or ego. It's about self-respect. If you see that her return is driven by selfish reasons rather than genuine regret, don't entertain it. When a woman realizes that you're not a backup plan, that you're a man with standards who won't tolerate being treated as an option, she will respect you more, even if she hates you for it. Ultimately, the final decision comes down to one thing. Does she add to your life, or does she take away from it? If her presence brings peace, consistency, and real effort, then maybe she's worth another chance. But if her return is filled with confusion, mixed signals, and uncertainty, then she's only back to waste your time. At the end of the day, the strongest men don't let a woman's return dictate their future. They decide for themselves based on logic, self-respect, and the kind of life they want to build. And that's the mindset that makes you truly powerful.